we have
Hi everyone, happy Tuesday, happy Dragon
Georgia. It's Georgia.
It's
Georgia's in the
house.
Georgia.
Georgia's in the house. Hey yo, I'm here. I'm wearing like my perfect like 90s like what's it called? This is very like 90s male 90s like like a little hip hop music video kind of shirt. Hello everyone. How are we doing today? Hello Solifus, my first Rack Warden. Welcome on in. Hello Chalky, my second Rack Warden, and hello Enceladus, my third Rack Warden. Thank you so much for claiming your positions for today, and thank you for being here right at the start of the stream. I appreciate all of you and anyone lurking as well. Before I read out names in the chat, I'll say also hello to anyone lurking. I appreciate you as well. You don't have to always say anything in chat. I appreciate you coming by and listening. Andy is in as well. Hello Andy, welcome on in. Rosa, are you single? No, and I respect that. Is here as well. Nini is in. Hello Rack Passion Queen. There was always like a mad rush to get the racks these days, which is very nice of you.
Shotgun to the face of Georgia. It's a glorious day to kill Georgia.
My curls will protect me for today. They're padding enough. Who else is in? Womble is in with the goose. The goose riding to war. I love it. Oh. Yeah, it's like a cat riding a goose, and it's like it's running into the heat of battle. I love it. Sister Geo is here. Haru everyone. Haru every Sister Geo. Welcome in, Stinky. Zarek is in as well. Hello, Zarek. Welcome. I think I've caught all the names for now. I will just give a quick shout out, if I can find the right spot on my keyboard, to where a lot of the buddies might be going today, which is to Ash's stream. What's her full username on Twitch? Is it just Ash Melman? I really hope it is. I'm gonna guess. I really hope. Yeah, it is. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was Ash or Ashley, like if she did her full name. What was I looking for? I was looking for my little duster. My keyboard is a bit dusty. So I am like the queen of procrastination today, I swear. This week I've been doing summer camp with the kids at my work. What is going on with this girl? So, oh, this is the end of my bangs. Never mind. I was like, what is this? What is this? So I've been up at 8:30 in the morning, which if you know me, I'm a night owl. I've been falling asleep at 2:30 at night, and I've been waking up at 8:30. And Sunday night as well, I had like 4 hours of sleep. Good times. So I got home at like 3:20. Like I'm kind of done around 3 at the camp, because I'm there like 9:30. I'm done around 2:33. Usually 3, because I just don't even notice the time. And making sure like most of the kids are being picked up, and then with the few left, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go by. So I get home like just before 3:30. I get to make myself a little lunch. Yesterday I made myself little breakfast burritos. Today just a sandwich. And then I get to chill for a bit. And I was like, yeah, I'll do some cleaning. I'll do some prep. I'll like shower and do my hair before the stream. It'll be great. And what do? I sit on my bed and I watch Instagram Reels for hours. I did end up cleaning a little bit, but then it was like 7:30 and I stream at 8:30, and I was like, I want to shower. And with my hair, I'm trying like to learn how to do curly hair styling and stuff, because this is like my natural hair. I did not like finger roll these or like, like curl these. This is just me putting product in my hair and then just scrunching up my hair to bring out its shape. So this is what it looks like. It's taking me around 40 minutes to an hour these days, so tell me why I thought I had time. It was 8:11, mind you, and I was like, I need to like 10-15 minutes to set up the stream, and I had to diffuse my hair. It's not dry, like it's nowhere near dry right now. I was like sitting there upside down, diffusing my hair, and I was like, it is 8:20, I need to stream in 10 minutes, what am I doing? And so I was just like, bah! Like threw on a shirt, I like threw like all my laptop and stuff open, like put on the camera, plugged everything in, was just like, like, so that's why I was a few minutes late. Which is so stupid because normally I'm coming, like, during the year, I was done work at 7:30 and then coming home and setting up stream, and that felt like a rush. Like, and then this time it was like I had from 3:30 until 8:30, so I had 5 hours free basically. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do everything in the last like hour and a half before the stream, because that makes sense. Anyway, that was story time with me today. Yeah, fun times. I'm happy to be back with Dragon Age. I enjoyed last week as kind of a little side quest from our Dragon Age adventure, doing some Tomb Raider death fun times and then some Yakuza, just for funsies. Even though I lost all the progress, I did end up playing and redoing my progress, and I've gotten past that point now, so we're all good. I'm so sad about my Richie Patsu. I want my Mahjong Richie Patsu back. Sister Geo says, procrastination is a hereditary family Geo trait, I fear. Yeah, comma, I fear. Yeah. All marathons are the same length. That's just common sense, I fear. Hello every Rack, hello every Nini. Are we ready to play some Dragon Age, everyone? I mean, we're yapping a little bit less today, but I also started a bit late. Actually, I'm going to take a big slurp of water because I was just showering and I was warm. Let's make sure we hydrate, everyone. I'm also going to start the records. I forgot to do that. So, we've got some bits to write in. Enceladus.
Oi, go. Oi, more passion, more passion, more passion, more energy, more energy, more footwork, more footwork, more footwork, more passion, more energy, more energy.
Thank you, Enceladus, Soul, and Zarek for the bit so far. You have all been noted in the records by my rack assistants. I gave Enceladus 1 extra heart. Well, that's fine. You give so many bits, Enceladus, that you can have an extra heart. How are we doing today? How's our week going? For everyone, those of you that may be working, like this is just another regular Tuesday. Those of you that, like Nini and I, that are in childcare, education-based jobs, that we're getting our summer breaks and stuff. Maybe people that are still students, that are also on like a summer break. How are we doing? I'm also going to share a little fun fact that I'm planning a tattoo this summer. Side subsidiary fun fact, like fun fact with a little tab down from that. I have 3 tattoos already, so this will be number 4, and this might be my first color tattoo. I'm debating whether to get it in color. I think in black and white it won't look as good. Something in color. Yeah. This is me, this is my interpretation. This is my like impersonation, sorry, of that one girl in Napoleon Dynamite. She's like, yeah, I think this will really bring out your eyes. Yeah. I thought I was just talking about like the keychain things. Those of you that know Napoleon Dynamite know. Soul is on vacation, that's right. I've been seeing you in Joker's Discord planning out your little trip. Chucky says summer break starts very later here this year. My mom still has a month to go. Why so late? Is it like a year to year, like depends on the calendar? Or in general in Germany? Because like, still a month, so we're almost at the end of June, so they go to like the end of July? So miss the more energy out. Rosa says, doing okay, looking for jobs is such a pain. I'm so sorry, please hire Rosa, please. Yeah, looking forward to seeing your pictures going to the UK and hanging out with our mutual Discord friends. That'll be so much fun. Nini is watching The Traders, so my stream volume is a bit down, so I heard first color tattoo as first Call of Duty tattoo. No. When did they start, Chucky? Like, did they start school late? Is that why? Because sometimes that happens. Like, usually, like, you know, I'm like in the U.S., for example, for some reason, which is weird to me. In the U.S., for example, they kind of start like end of August, and then are done by like the end of May. Whereas in Canada, at least for me, kind of first week of September, first Tuesday of September was usually the first day of school. So like, could be September 3rd, could be September 1st, could be September like 6th, whatever usually was the first Tuesday of September. So, or like maybe the first Wednesday sometimes of, but always September, always kind of first 2 weeks of September, somewhere in there. And we would go until June 30th. Like that would be our very, very last day. So like kind of classes might be done around the 20 something. And then there might be like some parent teachers around the 30th. Whereas like, and here at my job, we start, like here in Greece, schools kind of start around September 17th. Again, kind of Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like it's never usually a Monday. It's never a Friday. Like it'll be around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be the first day of the week for school. And yeah, it's around, I want to say like the 15th, 17th, based on the years living here now. And then we're done, like some language schools, some private academies will be done like last day of May. We, for example, ended up finishing around the 10th, 11th of June. So like first week or two of June. Yeah. All other breaks. Yeah, that seems so weird, Chalky. Nini says it's yearly news here how it's a problem that Finns go back to school early August when people from Middle Europe have their holidays and are coming here to find out everything is already closed. Yeah. Well, and like that's so early. Wouldn't you want people of Finland to enjoy their summers because you guys have such a short summer? Like wouldn't early August still be like prime summertime there? That's why I was okay in Canada starting in September, because we would only have a few hot days of the year before it would kind of start transitioning to fall. So we wouldn't be like starting school and it'd be like roasting hot, you know, because like the schools are never super equipped with like air conditioning and everything, you know. It's always hotter than it is colder in schools, I think. At least public schools in Canada were always that way. So like usually you only get like a week of kind of hot weather starting back at classes, and then it would kind of get more fall, more normal. And then here, kind of same thing, like it starts getting really, really warm here around May. So like your last month or so of classes, you're like dying, like even with the AC on, like it was like pumping out hot air. Like it was so bad this last month of classes. I was like drenched in sweat leaving. We've already had this conversation, but yeah. And then I remember at the start of the year, kind of around the first week and a half, 2 weeks, it was again roasting, and then like kids are smelly. It just the reality. They're smelly. And they don't know how to hold their gas or like, you know when to go to the bathroom and stuff sometimes. So the classroom can get a bit stinky, and if you're not on top of it, like opening windows or, getting fans and stuff going, and then it's hot, yeah, it's not a good time. It's not a good time. I'll say that. What a fun topic of conversation we're having, everyone. Aren't you having a great time? Shall we play some Dragon Age? Yeah, let's play some Dragon Age. Let's go. My mouse is so slow. Game open. Ugh. I couldn't prep it in time, so we're gonna watch the cool intro. I love this intro though, it's so good. Oh, the singing. Sister Geo is ready to march. Ready to march. I love it. There we go. My mouse. Kate, when I have the game open and I flick over to OBS, my mouse goes like this fast. So I'm like trying to drag to like switch screens, and my mouse is like, ah. Whereas like when I get in the game, it's like, ooh, okay, normal mouse speed. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Wee. Now I have to remember how to play this game. to remember how to WASD controls. Another fun update. I went and downloaded a hidden helmet mod. So you can see I am wearing a helmet and it shows up here in the inventory screen, but it does not show up on her. So it's kind of like if we just unequip it for a second. And we go to the helmets. So when you right click, there's like inspect it, destroy it, equip it here. There was never anything here, but look at that. It's equipped twice. So here, if you equip it, it will... Oh no, maybe it doesn't actually. Maybe the mod just removes it both, but for some reason it makes a second equip. I didn't test that actually, so it kind of adds in this, the second equip screen, but it looks like the mod works either way, so that's good to know. Alistair and I are wearing helmets for now because we're kind of taking the brunt of the damage. Once I get more helmets, I'll give them to Leliane and Morrigan. Now, I just kind of want to recap what we're doing here. Okay. So we need to create poison, and we got 2 other quests here. But I think I think we're ready to leave Lothering at the moment. We can try to come back for these. So we're kind of in... No, I don't want to do any of these. We are kind of in a point where we need to pick where we need to go next. Let's head out of Lothering for a second here.
All right.
Love a good field of education talk. Cutscene! It's the Archdemon, everyone! Which Archdemon was this again? Which Archdemon is in Origins? Oh, it's our first camp as well.
Bad dreams, huh?
It seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was.
Enchantment?
Hearing them. The Archdemon
Enchantment!
talks
Enchantment!
to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Mr. James Ether's here. Hello, chef. Welcome in. Don't mind me, nothing to see here on a 45 stream streak. Just a bit of streaking. Thank you so much, James, for the continued support and viewing. Constant support, as Rosie says. And Solifus, thank you for the bits. Enchantment. Enchantment. Yeah, no helmets. It's enchantment. That's what I have. I haven't installed mods in my game. I've installed enchantments. That'd be a fun thing to say, like a little cool little Easter egg. Yeah, so the archdemons, which are in the form of dragons, they are named after the old gods of Tevinter, one of the ancient kind of cultures of the world. It talks to the Darkspawn. It's the reason why blights come about, because the Darkspawn just wanders, they wander aimlessly, just searching for an archdemon. They have this thing called the call, like the archdemons call to the Darkspawn, kind of like a hive mind sort of thing. And so they search and search and search the deep underground for these archdemons. And once they find one and break it free of it, like break it from its slumber, then they surge to the surface and try to wipe out humanity, which is what a blight is. So the Grey Wardens we learned through the joining, the initiation ceremony we did, they ingest some Darkspawn blood, so they can hear this calling, this like hive mind, which is why they can sense Darkspawn and why they can hear kind of the archdemon. They can sense all of this, so that's how they know, like, guys, this is an actual blight. This isn't just a few extra Darkspawn. So, and they often are plagued with visions and dreams of the archdemon and of Darkspawn and all that, because they're kind of connected to the hive mind in a way now. Are these dreams going to happen a lot?
It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you
Georgia is
thrashing
playing
around,
the
I
Tomb
thought I should
Raider
tell you.
Remastered Collection. She's having a great time, so's Lara Croft. She's going on adventures. She's going to get the wolves in the tomb. She's going to go whoop-doop-de-doo. And George is playing Tomb Raider, the first one of the collection. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then it's one in the Remastered Collection.
Pierre, thank you so much for the bits. Welcome in, Stinky. Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
No, I don't wanna. Oh, it's our first camp time, everyone. Party camp. All of your party's injuries are healed when you return to camp. Each party member can be found somewhere in the camp, making an ideal location to hand out new
It's the
equipment,
choo-choo
give
shoe,
gifts, and
Charlie.
talk.
The choo-choo shoe. Hurry, Charlie. It's about to leave. Chugga, 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 shoo, shoo.
Welcome on in, Miss Donnie, and I saw Deus come in as well. Welcome in, cuties. Quick passing as I'm still on shift. No worries. Have a good shift. I hope everything's all right. And I hope you have a good time and that there's no big problems. Okay, it's my oh, I'm so excited. I've always loved seeing the camp interactions from people's Let's Plays and stuff. It's Lee, everyone.
Oh, why, you little...
Alistair, don't you yell at Lee. Lee is an angel. Lee has done nothing wrong. I'm just gonna, what?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
There's hardly any blood drawn. Oh my gosh, that would be me with any of my dogs. Like, who cares? It's just a flesh wound. It was just a warning. He could have taken a hand off. No, that's a bit aggressive. Good boy. Teach that silly Alistair a lesson. Oh, that's kind of funny. I can see her, like, trying to joke around with him. Because she can see he's very jokey and that he responds well to humor in return. So she could see it as, like, a bonding, like, moment with him. I don't know if Genevieve's super jokey herself, though. Like, I've been kind of choosing some sarcastic options. But I don't know if she's like a full-on clown. Like, I kind of want to go more sarcastic with Dragon Age 2 character. Like, I feel Hawk is like my sarcastic Dragon Age lead. So Genevieve, she feels a little bit more like kind of straight-laced almost. But she'd also be logical. Like, well, he's a war dog. Lee's growling, everyone. Look at him.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Oh, Lee.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Nothing little about that beast. He's just a little baby.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
I love how the dog like reacts
Oh,
to
like
everything.
you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, every
How are
Lamode.
you? Fine, thank you.
Hello, every Lamode. How are you, cutie? Hello, Chef. Chef Cutie, how are you? I'd never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Lee really does not like Alistair. Lee, you need to get along with Alistair. He's gonna be my love interest.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack.
Oh my gosh,
A
he's wagging his
putrid,
tail.
half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Can't be stinkier than what normally goes into them. Oh my gosh, Genevieve would never. If I was playing a really sassy character, I would absolutely pick that dialogue option. Oh my god, that's actually hilarious. Well done to the writers. That's so funny. I think he thinks you need more meat on your bones.
I think I have enough meat where it counts, and I certainly don't need it in my pack. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
You heard the lady. No, don't whine.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
want it, you worthless fur bag.
No. Morrigan is bullying Lee, everyone. I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
It's been a very long day, but I'm good apart from being super tired. Oh, I feel you. This summer camp, it's only been 2 days so far, but I am exhausted. Peerly wants a snack time and a hydrate. Thank you, Peerly. Look at that. Lee is giving the sassy, authoritative lady a present and then whining at her reaction. If the shoe fits. Enceladus with the weh heh heh, weh heh heh heh. My last 2 Jaffa fakes, everyone. Oh, I don't want to go to the store though. I've already spent so much money over budget on on groceries this month. It's so, I don't know what I've done different this month, but I've spent so much money on groceries, and yet still my fridge is like empty. I don't know what I'm doing this month in particular. I think I like bought a lot of snacks. Like bought a lot of extra snacks and sodas and stuff. I don't know. I do not know. Oh my god, there's so many party interactions are gonna be here a while. I think we should just watch.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Oh. Thanks, Sten. Chucky, if you're around... Oh no, I think you said you were kind of lurking today. Never mind, I'm going to make a poll. I'm going to make a poll. No, not raid. That's the wrong button. I almost pulled a Rosie. Major quest. I want some advice on where to go, everyone. So, we have 4 options. We have 4 options, everyone, for our main quest. Either it's the... Let me pull up the journal again. We have an enchantment quest. That's exciting. Either it's Redcliffe, the dwarves, the elves, or the mage's circle. So I'm not really sure what's like the next best step. So I'm gonna make a little poll. And mage's circle. I will give you guys 5 minutes to vote on what you think might be the best next quest while we kind of go through these party interactions. Lee furiously digs the ground at your feet. Oh my gosh. Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? Oh my god, little baby. He's just a boy. It's going to take some time, you know. Well, good luck with that. Oh my god, he's so cute. The little animations. Oh, Lee, please. Pet. Womble hasn't asked me anything. What are you getting for your new tattoo, G? I only half heard what you said earlier as I was washing up. I don't want to reveal yet, Womble, fully. but it will be something very on brand with me as a person. If that gives
You're
some
a
hints.
hard woman to find.
Maybe
Where
you
are my
guys can
manners?
guess in the
Name
chat
is
what you
Levy,
think I'll get.
Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Confirmation that Lee is cute. Lee is massively cute. Duncan never mentioned you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
Nini says we have time for a secret kiss while the poll is open. There you go. Oh, Lamote says she's also getting a tattoo in a couple months. Yeah, I'm gonna go get one while I'm in Canada with my family because there's an artist I found on Instagram that I want to try. And she is in Winnipeg, my hometown. Womble just says, it's a Mr. Libido. Say no more. Say no more. And Saldus with the B&Q logo. Mr. James Ether says, the face of Leon Kennedy covering the whole of your back. These are great guesses. Please keep going. His pledge fulfilled. What promise did Duncan make to you?
Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Olin banished the Wardens and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
That's a bit drastic, isn't it?
And then some. Not much is known about that time. After King Olin died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Nini says Gia is moving the records to be a tattoo on her skin. Soul is lurking for some Dragon Age Inquisition. This is the way. This is the way, Soul. I'm surprised you kept your name.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that.
So what favor did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
Never even heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
How will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak has strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
What do you need from me?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it, at least?
Why didn't Duncan help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new Wardens and meeting with good King Cailan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
We'll accept it, because I think this is one of the DLC's quest. Your family's faith will be rewarded. I will help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Sweet. Nice little codex entry as well. Guys, look who it is.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick at your service once
Who
again.
did you guys say this voice
I
actor
saw
was
your
again?
camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
You're free to stay. Just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We
The
won't be
tattoo
a bother
design
to
is
you
so
and your
cute. Yes, Sister
companions,
Geo
I
has an
assure
insight
you.
because we're planning it
If you
together.
should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Enchantment? Enchantment.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Okay, I just want to see... Ooh, we can find out his story. I want to see what he's got
I'm
to
sure
sell,
you'll be
though.
pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, is there anything I can get away with selling? I might sell some of these resistance potions because I think for the moment we're not going to be anything against anything crazy. So I don't think I necessarily need these right this second. These are also kind of resistances. I want to know how to make the poisons, you know? I want to know how to do that. Okay. Did we give everyone the best armor? I don't think so. So, let me just sell the few kind of basic things. And maybe we can start giving people gifts. Oh, here's my little thing for my enchantment, my no helmet enchantment. And then these crystals must be for enchantments, actually. Okay, good to know. I just want to quickly equip some things on some other characters because they don't have anything yet. Like Sten, I think, joined our party, but has nothing yet. Liliana doesn't even have gloves. Do I have gloves? No, I just have lots of mails and stuff. Yeah, Sten literally just has plain clothes. Okay, Sten is also kind of a heavy greatsword wielder kind of guy. So you can have a greatsword. There you go. And you can have... We only have one pair of gloves, so there you go. Here's that. Let's just kind of compare some other stuff. I think the scale boots are the best though. Yeah, and then splint mail, scale armor. This is tier 2. I think this is tier 3. Yeah, there you go. You and Alistair match. Look at you two. Look at you two. Okay, and you don't need a shield. We're gonna sell these clothing bits. Oh, look at that. The inventory is already going down. This is great. Okay, everyone's been equipped stuff at the moment, so that's good. Let's check a look.
Hello. The boy's a bit simple, but he's
Check out
rather good with
enchanting.
enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... What was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just
adjust
as
my fan a bit.
Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Enchantment. I want some enchanting now.
Enchantment!
Ooh. Okay. So this can be enchanted. Plus electricity damage. Sounds great. I guess that was it. I guess mine can't be. How do we know where it has an enchantment slot? Or is it because I already have benefits on mine? Oh, maybe because I already have these pluses. It has to be a plain one. Okay, I think I understand. Accessories, we don't have any really accessories yet. That's okay. Alright, I'm learning. We're gonna go give gifts to people. We'll come back and maybe sell some more stuff. Hi, Morgan.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured.
There'll be a slot
most
visible on items. Okay, gotcha.
Legend.
Hello, Morgan. Your mother has been doing this for a long time then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could, but as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
How would Genevieve feel about this? Like, I mean, me personally, because I know magic isn't inherently bad, my pick would be that's good. Such traditions need to be preserved. But Genevieve doesn't really have much experience with magic or mages, just like what she's been taught growing up. I don't think she'd say, "Oh well, the chantry's just protecting us." That's too like religion focused. Isn't that sort of magic open to abuse? I think she'd say that.
Not all apostates use the forbidden blood arts. Maleficarum do, but to condemn all who do not fall under the circle's thrall for the sake of what might be is a dangerous path to walk. There are those who look on the word apostate as meaning freedom.
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Oh, I missed the poll results. Whoopsie. Where can I see that? Chucky says mommy is absolutely correct, James. Lamode says, for the tattoo design, my best friend and I are getting a special design done of a purple heart because it's very special to both of you. Oh, that's so great. That'll be such a nice... I love getting like tattoos of other people, like, you know, and having something like of a, you know, symbolic meaning for you. Fernando is here as well. Welcome in, cutie. How are you? Welcome to Dragon Age Tuesday. Redcliffe 1. Okay. I think if I go to manage poll, I can click review your results. Why does it open another tab? That's kind of weird. Yeah, Redcliffe 1. Okay. That kind of makes sense. I feel like I remember from watching a Let's Play that Redcliffe was the first quest I saw. Nini used an Ask Me Anything. 2 Ask Me Anythings today. That's not a very common redeem. Exciting. If you were transported to Thedas for only 1 day, where would you like to go? That is a very, very good question. And I think Ferelden, no. Ferelden's a little bit too medieval. Medieval England for my taste. Orlais. I mean, Val Royeaux is very beautiful in Dragon Age Inquisition. So I'm sure walking around Val Royeaux for a day would be pretty interesting. You'd have to watch for pickpockets and stuff though. It's kind of like France in the like Paris, for example, like where you're really high risk of being pickpocketed and stuff like that. Duncan himself was a pickpocket in Val Royeaux. I would not go to Kirkwall. I would not. No. I don't think I'd go to Tevinter. I think I would like the most to go to Antiva. Specifically, what's the capital city of Antiva again? Treviso. Treviso. I think I'd go there. There is the risk of assassins. Don't get me wrong, there's the Antivan Crows, the assassins. But I'm just a girl. I'm just a little girl. I don't think I'd have any assassins after me. So I think I'd like to go to Treviso, Antiva. Because that in Veilguard was beautiful. One of my favorite locations. Welcome on in, Flower Grower. Thank you for the first time chat. To the Pearl. To the Pearl. That's like... Wait, to the Pearl, is that? That feels like a Pirates of the Caribbean reference almost. Do you spend a lot of time as an animal? Sorry, I've just left Morgan hanging here.
There were nights when the wilds called to me.
Fernando says, "Oh, I
You look
committed."
upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a
What have you
wolf,
committed to?
listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
And what do other animals think of you when you're changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
I think your abilities sound quite useful.
A most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to.
That's because I'm a
Enough of
girl's
such talk,
girl.
let us
That's because I'm a
proceed,
girl's
lest the
girl,
dust
Morgan.
gather on us.
Oh, plus for approval? Let's go, Morgan. She loves me, everyone. Mommy Morgan loves me.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Oh my gosh, there's so much conversation. Oh. I mean, but this is what you guys signed up for, right? This is what you guys signed up for when you wanted to watch me play Dragon Age, right? It's to go through all these conversations. Can you teach others to become
Possibly,
shapeshifters?
if I had the desire to. I do not.
Oh my gosh, these first 2 options are so aggressive. And why not?
I was told to accompany you and to help you, and that I shall. This may extend to the teaching of my mother's skills in time. For now, I simply do not know you well enough. I promise nothing.
Oh my god, Morgan is in love with me, everyone.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
She's kind of like Solus in the way where you just keep asking her questions and stuff, and as long as you don't disagree with her, the approval rating just goes... Okay, so we said that one. Did you grow up in the Kokari?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
Although she's a bit more sassy. You could if you wanted to.
Oh, what luck. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
Flower Grower says, oh, first time chat. I've been watching for a while. I thought I said something before. Yeah, no worries if you lurk. I appreciate you coming in and watching. And you're always welcome to chat. Like, everyone is always super nice, but you're always all welcome to lurk as well. Like, it's totally not a problem. And I hope you enjoy the streams. I signed up for Geo Yapping. Yeah, Nini's reeling at one of the dialogue options. You kept going back to the wilds.
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
I can just imagine.
I rather doubt that. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
I'm supposed to be surprised you're a good liar. The negative options in this game are so aggressive. That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and batted my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human
Is this another one of those awkward moments when I say a dialogue option and the chat thinks it's me saying that to you? It is now because it is now because I'm pinning it. Oh, Nini, I love you. Fernando says I was a lurker for a year. Yeah, and I appreciate it too. I appreciate that you come in and chat though as well, Fernando. It's always nice to see you. It's a prank, Nini. I'm sorry. It was funny. Such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting? People that insist that they're always a hugger. I'm like I enjoy hugging people. Like I like hugging people, but not if I've like just met you for the first time, or if I see some people like give the vibes that's like they're like not like that. I'm not gonna be like insisting that I hug them. It's not human society you're enthralled in.
Yes, yes, some men have painted lines across the maps. I've seen them. I'm sure the human world is very diverse, but the differences are mostly meaningless.
That is not true.
There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes, how to eat at a table, how to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
But yet here you are. Yeah.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Oh, look at that. She just loves yapping to me.
What do you wish of me?
Fernando says, I'm a hugger. If I'm first meeting you, stay away. I mean, I don't mind it, Fernando. Like, for someone like you, like, if it's people I know online, I don't have a problem hugging you because I feel like I know you. I've had previous chats with you. Like, if it's someone like I'm literally talking to, speaking to for the first time, if they give off like a comfortable vibe, I guess I wouldn't mind hugging them. But like, I don't know if I'd necessarily choose it. Like, yeah. For me, hugging, like, if I've had previous conversations with you, I don't mind hugging you, you know.
If you must.
We're just gonna go through the rest of these questions quick. Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
Fun? You found it fun?
I found the game fun. I was too young to understand the truth behind what was happening. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth used you as bait?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
I don't think she'd say they go at least deserved. I don't think she's super anti-Templar or pro-mage. Like, she's doesn't know much. She hasn't interacted much with either. So, even though I would say this because I know like what happens later in the games, like in historically in this universe, I don't think Genevieve would say that. Do you still think that was fun?
I think that my mother made it fun so that a child did not learn to fear. And I think that it was necessary. There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no
But even
mercy.
was the first dialogue option
There are
that
only
caused
absolutes,
chaos? Was it in
so
Forgotten
only
City? I
survival
think it
matters.
was Forgotten City,
If
Nini,
the
yeah.
wilds have taught me
Dreyo,
this,
Kevin!
first,
Kevin
you
is here.
must
Hello,
survive.
Kevin.
Do you disagree?
How are you today? Kevin! Absolutely, there are worse things than death. Oh no. Oh wait, I've read that backwards. If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First you must survive. Do you disagree? You're probably right.
An enlightened view, or at least an agreeable one.
Because she just
Enough of this
managed
talk. Let us
surviving
return to the task at hand.
her family being killed. So,
What do you wish of me?
Morgan,
If you
it's me. I'm back again. Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What
Go
does
on,
she
Scully!
seem to
Trademark.
be?
And Lee is here. Oh my gosh, Lee, you missed all this fun conversation earlier. Oh my gosh. Fernando has gifted 5 subs to the community, everyone. Thank you so much, Fernando. Let's see who's gotten... and we got a hype train. Let's see who's gotten a gift sub from the lovely, lovely Fernando. Bubba Bubla, Kemp, JW Beyond, JJ Dub, and Polar from the Side Project server. Eden Aurelia is her username. She's also known as Polar, Noelle. She's got lots of names. That's amazing. 5 Nando, everyone. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. If you said you're a hugger, Fernando, I imagine this is like a little virtual hug. So thank you. Kevin, what's on the stream menu today? And you'll be streaming in a little bit. give you a little shout out. I know most of us follow Kevin already, but I'll give you a little shout out anyway, in case people aren't there for the raid later. Enceladus with the bonk. Bonk. Enceladus with another bonk. With the Pepe cackle. It's my favorite fan. Hey! Dance emotes in the chat, everyone! No! No sad! Why sad? It's a Muppet, Fernando. If you know the Muppets. It's one of the Muppets. Nini, thank you so much for the bits. Kevin says it's bad news for you, more mucking about a Death Stranding. Yeah, chat, I told Kevin that I feel the same about Death Stranding as Nico does about Dredge. That it's just, to me, it's just like boring. I don't know, I have no interest in. I like don't think I could have less interest in Death Stranding. For some reason, like Kevin, I don't really mind watching you stream it though, like, because I can just play games and do other stuff and just
Kevin, can
kind
you
of
say,
pop in the chat.
Hi, this is Kevin Scully, and thank you for donating 75 bits to Georgia Sko. For me, please. No. I can't say that.
Gonzai, thank you for the Almost Kevin sponsorship. Welcome in, everyone that's come in. I was out with my Greek friend for a drink. Oh my gosh, what did you have? Geo, don't say things we will regret. Please. Ronan is in as well. Oh my gosh, everyone's coming by. Hello, hello. A powerful Maleficar? I feel like no. Like, do we think Flemeth is a blood mage? I don't think so. A nutty old bat. I would say that.
Sometimes I do wonder the very same thing. Tell me,
Kevin
how
says,
much do you know
no.
of the tale?
No,
the
no,
one
no.
that the chastened still tell of my mother to frighten them into obedience.
I've heard a little of it.
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fernando, for the gifted sub. Anyone that's been gifted a sub, I hope you enjoy the raccoon emotes. That sounds interesting. We want
As
the full lore. We
tale
want
is
all the
sung
little
by the
bits.
bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
And just how long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden.
I love how she's just
The
admitting her
tales
mom's like
say
immortal.
That Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the Dreadlord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity.
Ooh,
In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen.
I use the rack emotes way too much. I'm so glad, Fernando.
In
Like,
exchange for his lovely wife.
Kevin and I have both talked about this in our
Osen
streams, that like we just enjoy when people actually use the stuff we create. So whenever I'm making emotes and alerts and stuff like that, I just always am thinking like, I just like want people to use it. I want people to like use it and get as much enjoyment out of using it as I get out of like creating it and thinking about people using it. Like every time I make a new alert, if I'm not cackling to myself like while I'm making it, like I'm making these stupid little raccoon edits of everything, like all my game announcement posters and stuff, like if I'm not sitting there laughing and having a good time with it, then how can I expect any of you to like it? He sold his wife to another man.
The life of a bard is a poor one, And love fades in the wake
Lee
of
brought
hunger.
us the yeah. Oh my gosh,
Flemeth
Lee!
who
Earlier we
suggested
came back to
the
camp, so we're in camp like talking to
All would have
everyone,
been well
and you were being
had
so
Lord
cute,
Conobar
Lee. You were
kept
like
his end of the
giving
bargain.
presents to
But
people,
he was a
and you were
foul
like
man who bargained with
you
coin
were
he did
eating
not
food
possess.
and just
Osen
digging.
was led
It
off
was
to a
very cute.
field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
I'm dying for a pee on the train home. No, Gons, no. Dan says the tabletop game I watch is back. Unfortunately, I've been missing Kevin's stream. Oh no! Also, Dan, I don't know if I said hi to you coming in earlier. If I've missed you, oh, I did miss you. Welcome on in, Dan. Sorry I missed you saying hi. How goes Dragon Age? I saw your earlier comment. I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy talking to everyone in camp like this and just getting all the lore and stuff. Oh my gosh. I think has 5 Nando just doubled and become 10 Nando? Oh my gosh, Fernando. Thank you so much. That is so kind. Thank you, 5 Nando. 5 Nando, double 5 Nando especially, gets a little kiss from Rufus. There you go. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Let's see who got some. Danlaw. White Toast. Angel Beat Flight. DJ Foal. And I've ran out. Let's go. Some fun usernames in there. 5 Nando. 10 Nando. Thank you so much. I must watch the VOD. I need to change my numbers from time to time. Yeah, I like a little outfit change. It's just so she truly loved Ossen then.
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased
I love how
Flemeth,
Gons
you
is like
see,
keeping us
chased
updated
her
on
to the
his
wilds, and there
toilet
she
adventure.
hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
I'm not surprised these men out here in history lying. Which part? That she never invaded or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Yeah, we've been talking to Morrigan a long time, but she's got a lot to say. How is it that Flemeth survived so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else.
This is also our
An
first visit
abomination,
at
perhaps
camp,
some
so
would
we're like
say.
asking all the questions
not.
now. Later on,
I
I'm
only know
sure
my
they're
mother is clever.
we'll
She
have
is part of the wilds as it
talked
is
about a
part
lot of the
her.
topics.
But she
you
is
know?
no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
The legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
It'd be interesting if they made smaller, more linear games that delved into the history of Dragon Age. Agreed. Although that's why I'm really liking the companion novels, Dan. If you haven't read them, I think you would really enjoy them. Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Yo, Morgan, that's metal as fuck. Yeah, perhaps my mom will eat my heart one day. What? Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect.
I worry when I
even
stream
for
games
her.
that have loads of narrative reading and lore. Not that I don't enjoy playing them, quite the opposite. I mean, I feel like at this point, like this Let's Play I'm doing of Dragon Age, this first play, if this isn't interesting to you, and like me kind of breaking down lore bits, what can I do? You know, this is what I enjoy. This is what I want to put on my channel. And if you don't like it, okay, you don't like it, but you don't have to be here. No one's forcing you, you know? That's just kind of how I feel. Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has coloured her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
Oh, Dan, you've read them years ago. Nice. An interesting story, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment.
I'm glad you're
than
enjoying it,
I,
Zarek.
But you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious.
See, look at that.
Nevertheless.
Or earlier, Morgan was like, why are you asking us so many questions? Why do you need to know everything? And Genevieve had said, well, you can ask me too. And she was like, oh, why would I do that? Like, oh, thanks. Why would I ever do that? Look at her. Look at her asking us about our mother. My mother died recently, in fact.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Look at Morgan. We are going to be besties.
What do you wish of me?
I think we asked all the questions.
If you
Hold on.
must.
Yeah, we did.
What do you wish of me?
Sorry, I know we're personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Why are you still here? No. So we're good. Kate, we're done talking to Morgan. How can someone explain to me how I give gifts? Do I just like wrong thing? Also, I want to know how to craft. I want to know how to craft. Oh no, I don't want to use that. I want to know how to craft stuff. But I do want to gift. Like, surely this beef bone is going to be for Lee. Oh, here. I can, like, gift like that. Do I have to be near them? Oh, I've used a spirit shard. That's okay. Lee! Lee, please! I want to give you a gift. Be my best friend. Okay, now that I'm close to him, will it work? There is a mod that you can download that'll show you what... How do I gift? Could we be more than besties? Oh my gosh, Womble. Womble says also, I'm just happy to be here. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad you're having a good time. I've seen Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm used to watching story-heavy content. Yeah, Baldur's Gate is one like that I'm intrigued in, but the gameplay mechanic is kind of what scares me because it's like super D&D, and I'm like I've always had a hard time wrapping my head around D&D. I'm like, all right, here you are, but I've got to go. I'm watching GeoStream. Oh. Why am I explaining myself? You're not in my cat. What? What is going? Oh wait, sorry, I missed the first part of Enceladus' comment. Just went to get a drink, and the garden cat was sitting by the back door, meowing angrily at me, like, "Where have you been? Where are my treats?" And I'm like, "All right, but I'm watching GeoStream." G wants to be best friends with you, Lee. You drag someone's inventory. Okay, let's try it. Lee, please. Oh my gosh, and now you're peeing. It's okay, I'll pet you anyway. Oh no, you've rolled in the pee. Oh, Lee, what have you done? What have you done? Oh no. Did it work? Is he my best friend now? He barked. Was that a good sign? Where do I see if we're friends? I want to inspect this. Oh, here it says gifts. I'm kind of scared to give people the gifts. What if I give them the wrong thing? The mod said to not download the gift mod for your first playthrough, but I'm kind of like stressing about giving the wrong gift, so I might get it. This stream has humiliated me. Lee, please! Use the toilet or the garden. He woofed in approval and it's gone, so yes. Okay, it worked. No, Lee, don't be sad. You're so... Lee, earlier, you could probably clip it from the VOD. I said you were cute, okay? You can have that forever for free. Once I'm mega rich and famous, and I visit you all in France too, whence the buddies are also mega rich and famous, you're gonna have this clip of me saying, Lee is so cute. We're gonna save talking to Alistair. Let's go to Sten first.
Why are we stopping?
We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Sten is very, to the point. Are you alright? You were in that cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need.
The Kunari are very, this is the way things are. This is my task. I need to do it. You said you were in the army.
I am.
Very one-word answers from this man. One-syllable answers, one-sentence answers. Have you ever fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, human.
Oh, okay. Drum solo from James.
My people have been at war since the moment we set foot in
there's
the
an
Northern
approval
Islands.
bar. Okay, thank you. I will check that out in a moment. Oh, James, thank you for the bits. I sent Sister Geo a reel the other day, yesterday I think. And now it's stuck in my head. Anyone else that's a fan of childhood Disney movies, did you like The Road to El Dorado? Because I have that one song from The Road to El Dorado stuck in my head. It's tough to be a god. Da, dun, 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 dun. So do Kunari don't come from the islands?
We do now.
Where did you come from before?
Somewhere else.
Oh, Sten, what riveting conversation we're having here. Can you be more specific?
No. I was born in Saharan.
No.
Of the land we came from, I know nothing, not even its name. I do not see how this matters. Saharan and Parvolan are distant. Ferelden and the Darkspawn are immediate.
Okay, interesting. Sten was born on Saharan, which isn't the, Kunari colonized island. It's actually the island that Tevinter and Parvolan are warring over. So yeah, he's right when he's saying he's always been in war, because that island is constantly under a kind of occupational war. They're kind of skirmishing and trying to take control of it. What's your hurry?
It's the choo-choo shoe, Charlie. The choo-choo shoe. Hurry, Charlie. It's about to leave. Chugga, 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 shoo, shoo.
Nini, thank you for the bids. Yeah, Sister Geo agrees. A stunning conversationalist. Fun fact, Sten is stone in Swedish. Interesting. It's not your duty to handle the blight, though.
No, it is yours, and you are chatting with me instead.
All right. Why did you offer to help me?
For the moment, you are the enemy of my enemy.
For the moment?
Yes, I am Kunari. As long as you do not make yourself my enemy, I will aid you. I can promise nothing else.
I've never seen a Kunari before. Tell me about your people.
No.
No? No? Why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves
It's
are
the
alive.
choo-choo-choo, Charlie. The choo-choo-choo. Hurry, Charlie. It's about to leave. Chugga, 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 shoo-shoo.
Thank you, and Sawdust for the bits. Yeah, Soul's favorite is the choo-choo-shoo. A little hostile, aren't we?
Many humans have said that to me. I do not understand it. If I were indeed hostile, you would be bleeding.
If I were indeed hostile, you'd be bleeding. So this is you being calm and helpful?
Couldn't you tell?
You know what? Just follow orders and you'll do fine.
As you wish.
Alright, Sten. We got a 2 approval from Sten. Let's go. He's our best friend. What were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Very funny.
Thank you.
You gonna answer my question? Oh no, just tell me.
I did. Parshera, was there anything else?
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why'd you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
Can I ask you a question? Fine. Why'd you come to Ferelden? To answer you. Or maybe he actually had a question in mind. Maybe he wasn't being sassy. What was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity.
Oh, okay, he had an actual question he was answering. I thought he was trying to be sassy. Why would the Qunari care about the Blight?
Why do you?
I'm a Grey Warden, it's my job. It could destroy the world.
Do you think the Qunari live on some other world then?
Did you find the answer to his question?
A portion of it.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
When are you going to do that?
Never. I cannot go home.
Oh. Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Look at that! +4 approval. I am just making best friends left and right. Look at me go. Liliana, it's your turn.
Yes?
Oh my gosh, it's already 10. I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
I do want to talk to everyone in the party at least once. This vision of yours.
I knew this
I'll try to go a
would
bit
come up
quicker
sooner
so
or
we
later.
can get to Kevin's stream
I
in
don't
good
know
time.
how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when
Full
the
talking
storm
stream,
swallowed the
literally
last of the
talkie.
sun's
No
light,
combat in sight.
I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the Blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a Blight to stop.
I love you streaming this, but I think this will take you to the end of the year, especially with the DLC. Oh no. Oh no. Well, there's an option of me playing maybe some stuff off stream, like doing some smaller side quests. I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Or like doing some of this. Oh no, the party roundup's kind of nice on stream though. I don't know. There's a chance like slowly as we get into the story, maybe I do less on stream and do some, kind of more side stuff off stream. Or like, some leveling up, some some like grinding and stuff. What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Gon's made it, everyone! We'll keep G busy for the rest of the year. Oh my gosh, guys. What did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill
She
in
was
battle?
a bard, everyone.
Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's
That's
move on.
code because bards in Orlais are stabby assassin people. And like spies.
Well,
The singing and
here I
the
am.
stuff is just an extra talent. What was life in the Chantry cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Yes, they tend to be self-righteous. No, that's why I'm not particularly fond of them.
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
Gons is starving. What is the plan? Oh, Sister Geo lost her streak on Saturday, everyone, and the watching the VOD is not live yet. I told her maybe. I didn't know when it would go live. What did you say to them?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the Chantry says, and the Chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Liliana, just approve me, please.
Yes?
Approve of me.
Well, here I am.
You're a traveling minstrel. Do you have any tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Sexy fried chicken. This is the way. Nini says, I have an idea. Let's all go to sleep. No. Ooh. Tell me about Darkspawn.
Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
Know any stories from Orlais?
Of course,
It's story time with
Orlesians enjoy
Liliana,
telling
everyone.
stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
That sounds interesting.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Continue, please.
Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now, in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney. But Aveline kept her helmet on.
Go
and
on,
was not
Aveline.
discovered.
Did she win the tourney? Oh, I guess she's going to tell me.
Aveline
I'm just
won
gonna let
many
her keep
events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so.
Sister
Silence fell
Geo!
upon the arena
That's
as
a naughty.
Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
No fucking way. That's terrible.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
Oh, Aveline. Tell me. Oh, we already heard about the Darkspawn. Ferelden legends.
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Oh, she's going to tell us about Flemeth. Yeah, I met Flemeth in the Kokari Wilds.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth,
Bye, Dan.
mother of
Have
witches?
a good evening.
Flemeth, demon touched.
I just wanted to
who
do the
dwells
naughty.
in the mists.
Sorry, Chucky, I stole it from you. I wasn't sure if you were still kind of lurking or in and out of chat right now. She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Flemeth was once beautiful?
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day,
James, I think
a
I can
young
listen to
poet
Liliana all
named
day. Her
Oisin came
accent
to the
is really
castle.
nice, her voice acting.
Flemeth was captivated by Oisin's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
It's interesting hearing this and having talked to Morrigan and hearing what Flemeth says is the story. Ooh, the plot
Flemeth
thickens.
longed to be with her true love, and she and Oisin fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari Wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Oisin to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Oisin entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Oisin was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chastened men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Liliana, have you perhaps met Morgan? There's another story I wanted to hear.
Which one?
Do you know anything about the Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters.
Big stretch,
the great
big yawn,
elven
Nini.
leader, Shatan,
Cuckoo Nini time?
born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own.
Hi, Kemp. No worries. On the lyric, enjoy Dindins. It didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry
I love
declared a
how
holy
Liliana
exalted
questions the
march
chantry.
against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
What do you know about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
How did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste.
The story of Andraste
Her
is
earthly
really
husband,
interesting.
Mafarath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Mafarath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Mafarath made a pact with the Archon Hysarian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burned at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
Why did the Maker not save her with his power?
I have thought on this too. Did he withdraw his sight from her at that moment? Where were all the powers he bestowed upon her? This question has come to me many times, and I have no answer. Perhaps there was no way for Andraste to return to the Maker but through her death. We will never know for sure.
Let's move on. Hey, now we got some Liliana approval. She likes us. She likes telling us her stories. It's time for our last conversation.
need?
Our boo-boo, Alistair. Although we might not
Ask
have
away.
anything to talk to him about. Oh, what can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So couldn't others learn these
Perhaps,
talents?
but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted.
True.
And since
Massive
the
problem.
Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
Ferelden's Joan of Arc. Yeah, that's a really good comparison. Zero. Hi, Zero. Welcome in. I think I know more about the Andrastian Church than I do the Christian Church. I would say the same, Zero. I'm like super interested in all the religions of Thedas, but like I'm not a religious person in real life, so it's like really fun, like kind of dichotomy. So, you were addicted to this lyrium?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templar's talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Alistair.
What do you need? Ask away.
Can you teach others to be a Templar?
I suppose I could. But I really would rather not. When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry. I'd rather not go back on my word.
Very well, I respect your word.
Ask
I don't
me
really
later,
want to be a Templar
perhaps.
build anyway.
Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all.
Oh, and Alistair gets some approval.
What do you need? Ask away.
Tell me about Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
I think we've kind of asked these in a previous stream. What happens now there's just two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try.
Nene's full in. Alistair, my
but
love.
that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
Well, we need to start rebuilding the Order.
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more
I
come
came
from
back and
elsewhere.
Alistair was on screen. It's the happiest I've ever been. Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfell.
Hey, we've been to Weishaupt.
But I've no idea
Yes,
how to
we
even
have been to
contact them.
Weishaupt in
So unless we're
Veilguard.
trying to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
Where are the nearest Grey Wardens?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
What would happen if we just left?
Just left? You mean just left Ferelden? I don't know. If there's an archdemon, however, we're supposed to be the only ones who can defeat it. And that means the Blight would grow unchecked. Eventually, other Grey Wardens in Orlais and other lands would hear about it, and they would come to fight it, but they wouldn't come in time to save Ferelden. There's no way. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, look at you, Mr.
About the Grey
Noble.
Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need? Ask away.
How did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
Haha, very funny.
I do my best. What can I say? Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact.
Joking with us, guys.
That's where I learned most of my skills.
It's my boyfriend, everyone. What skills might those be?
Well, it wasn't an easy life, you know. I don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the Chantry type. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was
Feelings, Chalky. When can you ask him for a kiss? Oh, I hope so. Soon to be boyfriend. Yeah. No, he's my boyfriend, guys. Already spiritually, he's my boyfriend. Like, I've already known for years that I want to romance Alistair. Why did the Glam Crick want to keep you? Now that kind of sounds mean. You think this is better than being a Templar?
Oh, I suppose the Chantry life is good enough for some. Here, we have the chance to fight against the Blight. To actually do some good instead of sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, it's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't be... It's fine. He died a hero. They all did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Oh, Alistair, I'm sorry. I don't want to make you cry. I don't want to make you cry. No. Yes, James, there's lots of Grey Wardens. No, those were simply the last Grey Wardens of the country. So there are still plenty of Grey Wardens all over the world. All over the rest of the world, anyway. Thank you for the bits. Nini's being naughty. Meanwhile, we're like crying over Alistair.
Ask away.
You were raised by the Chantry.
Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
We're gonna joke back with them. Really? That must have been tough for them.
Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too. And devout Andrastians to boot.
And these dogs sold you to the Chantry? That is what they say about Anders.
That, and that they make a great deal of cheese. Funny, but the dogs never mention cheese. As a matter of fact, if you said cheese around them, they'd start growling. Isn't that odd? Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on the cold, hard ground, isn't it? Are you having strange dreams?
Yes, they all involve strangling you. Oh my god. Only ones where we're making mad love in my tent. Genevieve. 2 seconds ago, this man was crying over losing the only father figure he's ever had in his life. And you want to say that? I really want to click it. Nini says yes, but like actually, Ronan's like 3. 3. If you want me to do the naughty response. I think it's just thirst, Chalky. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm seeing some. Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. Oh, I'm gonna do it.
I think I...
Oh my god!
Oh, there it is. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl.
He got
in
so
Redcliffe Castle
flustered,
who
you
died when I
guys.
was very
Oh
young.
my gosh.
Al Eamon wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
He wasn't your father, so you know who is?
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war.
That was worth it.
But he loved her. Anyhow,
That was worth the
then you,
thirst counter.
Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Isle didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's.
I know who your mother
I was
is.
so furious at being
I know
sent
who your
away,
father
I
is too.
tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Isle came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, just
Sister Geo says, in the future, can you please do a chaos playthrough, like always choosing the most out-of-pocket chat options? Yeah, Chalky's very aptly responded, you can lose party members in this. This could very quickly turn into a lone warden with a dog. Run. You sure he isn't your father? Or no, let's see. Will the Arl help us?
I think so, yes. This news we've heard about him being sick disturbs me, though. I wonder if we won't discover that Loghain has come to the same conclusion as we have. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Oh, Alistair likes us. Lee. Lee, please. I just want a little... Oh, I want one last pet with Lee. Okay, so then next stream we'll get started on heading over to Redcliffe. I just want to see in my journal. There was some side quests in Lothering. I'm guessing those are like in the periphery of Lothering. I thought maybe they'd be here, like when on our way out to camp. But let me just see. Where's the map? There it is. So this is just our camp. Can we see the world map? We can. So Flemeth's Hut, Ostagar, Kokari Wilds. So Lothering. I want to do those side quests, but I'll probably do those small little Chantry Boyd stuff off stream. Because I know that this blight spreads, so I want to take advantage of them now. And then we'll head to Redcliffe. Yeah. Because that's also quite south, so Redcliffe could be taken by the blight as well. And then we'll kind of work our way up, maybe. Alright, sounds good. I think... Yeah, party camp is where we are. Cool. Let's just do a quick save. So literally dialogue only stream, but I had a great time. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed chatting with everyone. And kind of getting back into the swing of the story before we move on. So I am excited for next stream. Let me just quickly switch back to... Where's OBS? There it is. Switch back to chatting. Close the game. Well, thank you so much everyone for coming by. Is Lee rolling around in his Wii again? Oh my gosh. Redcliffe sounds like an area of Bristol. I mean maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see next stream. You'll see what Redcliffe looks like, and maybe it is like themed after Bristol. Thank you again so much everyone for coming by. Let me just set up the raid from Kevin. For Kevin. I should say not from Kevin. And then we can just do quick records. And head on over. There's lots of people streaming tonight. Oh boy. Okay, start raid. Alright. I want to say a quick thank you to 10 Nando for gifting 10 whole subs to the channel today. That is so kind. Thank you so much, Fernando. And I thank you, obviously. I appreciate it a lot. And I'm sure whoever got the gift subs as well appreciates the free emotes. So that's awesome. Thank you. We had lots of bits as well. So Enceladus, Sol, Zarek, Pierre-Lee, Miss Donnie, Lamode, Nini, Gonzai, Lee, and James for the bits. Thank you all so much. And James had a streak of 45 streams. So that's it from me today. I will most likely be back on Friday. Of course, I'll communicate if I'm streaming and when. Or if I'm not, for some reason. And yeah, that's it from me today. I hope you'll enjoy the kind of more chilled dialogue theme stream. And I will see you next time. Okay, love you, bye!